Quick question for you. When somebody asks, "How was your day?" what actually happens inside your head?
Ooh, good one. Most learners hear the English question, but their brain immediately jumps back to their native language, builds the answer there, and then translates it back into English before speaking.
Right, and by the time all that switching is finished?
The conversation has already moved on without you.
That's exactly the problem we're unpacking today. Welcome back to Fluent Path English. I'm Emma.
And I'm Daniel. Today's topic is a big one, how to think in English instead of translating everything in your head.
If you've ever felt slow, frozen, or nervous the moment you try to speak English, this episode is for you.
Get comfortable wherever you are, driving, cooking, on a walk. This one might genuinely change how you approach English from now on. Let's jump in.
Daniel, let's start simple. What does thinking in English actually mean?
Good starting point. Most learners go through a hidden four-step process, hear the English, translate it into their native language, form the answer in that native language, then translate the answer back into English before speaking.
That's a lot of steps for one sentence.
It really is. Imagine going from your bedroom to the kitchen, but instead of walking straight there, you go outside, around the house, through the yard, and back in through another door just to get a glass of water.
Exhausting just to picture it.
That's basically what translation does to your brain every time you speak. Thinking in English means cutting out all those detours. Your brain hears English, processes it in English, and responds in English. No detour required.
Sounds incredible, but also kind of unrealistic for a lot of learners. Can you actually train your brain to do that?
You absolutely can, and that's our whole episode today. But first, let's talk about why it even matters. Some people think, I still get my message across, so who cares if I translate?
Fair point, honestly.
Sure, but translating slows you down, makes you hesitate, and builds a mental wall between you and natural, confident communication.
Right. When you're translating everything, you feel behind, nervous, like your English isn't good enough. But the moment you start thinking directly in English, even a little, things loosen up fast.
Exactly. Thinking in English doesn't require perfection. It just means cutting your native language out of the middle of the process.
Cutting out the middleman.
I love that phrase. Let's repeat it slowly so it sticks. Cut out the middleman.
Cut out the middleman. Your native language is the middleman, and the goal is simply needing it less and less.
Now the big question, how do we actually do this?
Before the how, let's cover the why. Why does our brain default to translating in the first place?
Because it's familiar. Your native language has been running on autopilot since you were a baby. It's fast, automatic, comfortable. So under pressure, your brain reaches for what it knows best.
Like muscle memory, driving the same route every day without consciously thinking about the turns.
Exactly that. As a learner, you're basically constructing a brand new road inside your brain.
Which takes time and repetition, but it's absolutely doable.
And here's the good news. You're not starting from zero. You already have vocabulary, grammar, and life experience. You just need to train your brain to reach English more directly.
So you're not building from scratch, you're building a new pathway. And the more you use English without translating, that pathway becomes stronger.
Nice way to put it. Picture your brain as a map, and every time you think in English, that new road gets a little wider and a little faster.
All right, let's get practical. What can people actually start doing today?
Step 1, and this matters a lot, start small. Don't try to think in full, flawless English sentences right away. That's way too much pressure, and pressure is exactly what makes people freeze.
So instead,
start with single words. Wake up, look around your room. Instead of forming a whole sentence, just think, bed. That's it.
Pillow, window, sunlight, coffee.
Coffee is probably the most important word of the morning for most people, honestly. But the real point is, you're training your brain to label the world in English without routing through your native language first.
So you're basically narrating your own life, just in English.
Exactly. You look at your phone, phone. You drink water, water. You feel tired, tired. Almost like a mini game.
And genuinely fun once you get into it. You start scanning your surroundings, testing yourself. Do I actually know this word in English? And if not, you look it up.
That's how vocabulary really grows, not from memorized lists, but from real everyday moments. Let's call step 1, label your world.
Label your world.
Step 2, move from single words to simple sentences about what you're doing right now, narrating your own life in real time.
So instead of just thinking coffee, you think, I'm making coffee. It smells amazing. I'm a bit tired this morning.
You're basically the narrator of your own movie.
My life in English. I'd watch that.
This technique is actually called self-talk, and researchers have found that talking to yourself, even silently in a new language, builds comfort with that language remarkably fast because there's zero pressure. No one's watching, no one's judging.
And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. What happens when you get stuck on a word?
Two options. Option 1, describe it instead of naming it. Don't know remote control? Think, the thing I use to change the channel.
That totally works. Native speakers do that too when a word slips their mind.
Option 2, look it up immediately and use it right away in a sentence so it sticks. The key is to never fully stop. Keep the flow going in English.
Keep the flow going. That's our phrase for step 2.
Step 3 is about what you watch and listen to. A lot of learners watch English content with subtitles in their native language.
Understandable. It feels safer.
It does, but here's the catch. When you're reading native language subtitles while hearing English, your brain quietly tunes out the English audio and just reads the translation. You're not training English processing at all. You're training translation reading.
So what should learners do instead?
Switch to English subtitles or drop subtitles entirely if you're able to. English subtitles are a great in-between step. Your brain still has to process English. It's just getting the words in two forms at once, sound and text.
2 English inputs instead of 1 English, 1 native language crutch.
Exactly. And the more you do this, the more naturally you process English directly.
What kind of content should people start with?
Something slightly below your level. If you're struggling too hard to follow, you'll get frustrated and slide back into translation mode. Simple shows, learner-friendly podcasts, YouTube videos on topics you already love, just in English.
Learn English through the things you already enjoy. Into cooking? Watch cooking content in English. Into sports? Sports commentary in English.
And if you love podcasts about learning English, well, you know where to find one.
But seriously, make English the language of your entertainment, your downtime. That's when your brain is most relaxed, and relaxed brains learn best.
Step 3, consume English content in English, not through translation.
We're covering a lot today. Hope you're enjoying it so far.
If you are, this is a great moment to hit that like button. It genuinely helps more English learners discover Fluent Path English.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? New episodes regularly, every one built to help you understand and speak English more naturally.
All right, back to it. Step 4 is building an English thinking routine.
Like scheduled practice.
Exactly. Every morning, spend 5 minutes thinking only in English about your day, your mood, the weather, whatever comes to mind.
5 minutes doesn't sound like much.
That's the whole point. Small enough that you'll actually stick with it, and over time, it becomes automatic.
So it might look like, good morning, I'm a bit tired, went to bed late, got a lot of work today. Coffee first.
Simple sentences, not perfect ones. Natural is the real goal, not flawless grammar.
So many learners get stuck wanting every sentence perfect before they say anything, and that perfectionism is exactly what slows them down.
Meaning comes first. Native speakers don't pause to check their grammar before talking. They just talk, and sometimes they slip up too, using casual forms like gonna or wanna.
So don't wait for perfect. Start with what you've got. Progress over perfection.
Write that one down. Step 4, build a daily English thinking routine, even if it's just 5 minutes.
Step 5 is one of my favorites. Stop translating idioms word for word.
Such a common trap because idioms almost never translate literally. You either get nonsense or a completely different meaning.
Take "it's raining cats and dogs." Translate that literally and...
You picture actual animals falling from the sky. Terrifying and confusing. It just means it's raining really hard.
So the goal isn't translating the words, it's understanding the meaning and feeling it.
Right. A native speaker hearing raining cats and dogs doesn't picture pets falling from the sky. They instantly feel heavy rain, wet, grab an umbrella. It's an instant feeling, not a translation step.
Let's practice with under the weather. What does that mean?
Feeling a bit sick, not terrible, just off. Don't translate under and weather separately. Just feel it. A little tired, maybe a small headache. Not great, but not awful either.
So next time someone asks how you're doing, instead of translating, you just feel it and say, I'm a bit under the weather today.
Naturally, because you connected the phrase to a feeling, not a word-for-word translation. This is actually how kids acquire language. They connect words to feelings and situations, not translations.
And we can train ourselves to do the same as adults. It just takes more intention.
Kids absorb, adults have to be intentional. Different paths, same destination. Fluency.
Step 6, one of my favorites. Think in pictures, not words.
Explain that one. Sounds almost meditative.
A little. Think about how a baby learns the word apple. They don't learn it as a translation of some other word. They learn it as this round, red, sweet fruit. The image comes first and the word attaches to it.
So, as a learner, you want to connect English words straight to images and experiences, not to a translation.
How do you actually practice that?
When you learn a new word, skip writing the translation. Write the English word and sketch a tiny picture next to it or picture a scene in your mind.
I did this without even realizing. The words I learned with an image attached, I still remember clearly. The ones I just memorized as translations, mostly gone.
Our brains are wired for images. We remember them far better than abstract word pairs. So instead of writing melancholy equals sadness, picture a gray, rainy afternoon by a window, feeling quiet and a little lonely. Now the word has a feeling, an atmosphere. It's alive.
Almost poetic, Daniel.
Language is a little poetic. Images make words real, and real words are the ones you use without translating.
Step 7. Great one for intermediate learners. Practice thinking through questions.
Meaning?
Ask yourself simple, everyday questions in English throughout the day. What am I having for lunch? What do I need to do this afternoon? How am I feeling right now?
Like journal prompts, but answered silently in English.
Exactly. And questions are powerful because your brain can't just leave them hanging. It automatically searches for an answer.
So you're tricking your brain into thinking in English.
A gentle trick, yes. Once your brain starts answering questions in English, it's already thinking in English. Let's try it live. Daniel, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Let me think in English. 2 eggs, some toast with butter, and coffee, obviously.
Perfect. And no translating at all. Listeners, try it right now. What did you have for breakfast? Answer it in your head, in English, no translating. If you don't know a word, describe it. That round, yellow fruit.
Banana, but yes, describe it, keep moving, look it up later. Never stop the flow. Step 7, think with questions.
We've talked about thinking silently, but what about talking out loud? Some learners actually do that.
And there's nothing weird about it. It's genuinely useful. Step 8, when you're alone, at home, in the car, in the shower, talk out loud in English. Narrate what you're doing.
Might feel strange at first.
It might, but here's why it matters. Speaking out loud practices pronunciation, rhythm, and natural speech patterns. Your mouth needs physical practice with English sounds, just like any other physical skill.
What kind of things can people say?
Anything. Narrate cooking. I'm chopping the onions. Ugh, my eyes are watering. Time to add the garlic. Smells great.
You're basically hosting your own cooking show with zero audience, zero pressure. Mistakes are totally fine.
And here's the beautiful part. Do it daily, and within a week, it starts feeling less strange. Within a month, much easier. And after a few months, you might not even notice you're doing it anymore. It just becomes how you think.
That's the real goal. When it becomes so natural, you forget it's a practice at all.
Let's talk about common mistakes that make this harder than it needs to be.
Mistake 1, trying to be perfect from day one. We touched on this. Perfectionism is progress's biggest enemy. Trying to think in flawless English just slows your brain down, correcting every word before it even comes out.
Like trying to run while double-checking every step. You'd trick immediately.
Trust your brain. Let it flow. Fix grammar in writing. When thinking, just let it move.
Mistake 2, using your native language as an escape hatch when things get hard. Totally natural instinct, but it undoes your progress.
Like going on a diet and grabbing cake every time you're stressed. Occasional cake is fine, but every single time, and progress stalls.
Push through the hard moments. That struggle is exactly where new pathways get built in your brain.
Mistake 3, only practicing during study time. If English only lives in a small study box and everything else defaults back to your native language, progress crawls.
English needs to spread into your commute, your meals, your entertainment, your self-talk. The more corners of your life where English lives, the faster you improve.
Mistake 4. Waiting until you know enough before starting to think in English. I'll start once I hit C1, once I know more vocabulary.
That mindset keeps people waiting forever. You don't need to know everything. You fill in gaps as you go. Nobody waits until they've mastered swimming theory before getting in the water.
Get in the water. Start with the English you already have, right now.
Daniel, I know a lot of listeners are thinking, okay, but how long until I can actually think in English?
Fair question. Honest answer, it varies. But if you practice daily using these steps, most people start noticing a shift within about 4 to 6 weeks.
Not bad at all.
You won't be fully thinking in English by then, but you'll start catching little moments where the translation step just disappears, small windows opening up.
And how do people know it's working? What are the signs?
Sign 1. You understand something and react before you translate, like laughing at a joke instantly, no explanation needed.
Sign 2, you start dreaming in English, a sign your brain is processing it at a deeper level.
Sign 3. English words come to mind before your native language. You see a dog on the street and your first thought is just dog.
Sign 4, you feel less mentally drained after speaking English because translation is exhausting. Once it fades, speaking feels less like a marathon and more like a walk.
I want to share a quick story because real examples help this land. I have a friend, let's call her Sophia. She'd been studying English seriously for about 2 years, solid grammar, solid vocabulary, but every time she tried to actually speak, she froze.
The classic freeze, we've all been there.
She kept saying, I know the grammar, I know the words, why can't I just speak?
Because knowing and using are two completely different skills.
So she started one simple habit. Every morning while making breakfast, she'd narrate out loud in English. I'm opening the fridge, grabbing the eggs, turning on the stove. Nothing fancy, just consistent.
And?
After about a month, she noticed her responses in English coming a little faster, less freezing because her brain had been quietly rehearsing every single morning. After 3 months, she was in a meeting, got asked a question in English, and answered before she even thought about it.
That's the breakthrough moment.
She said it was the first time it felt like she was actually speaking English instead of translating or performing it.
And that's what every learner listening right now is working toward. And it's completely achievable.
Before we wrap up, let's practice together right now. Emma's about to ask you some questions. Answer them silently in your head in English, no translating, no worrying about grammar.
Ready? First, what time did you wake up today?
Got it? Now say it fully. I woke up at... Go ahead and fill in your time.
Second, look around you right now. What can you see? Just label it in English. A wall, a window, a cup, whatever's around you.
Third, how do you feel right now? Don't translate, just feel it and say it in English.
Fourth, something good that happened recently. A conversation, a meal, a small win. Describe it in one English sentence.
However you answered, you were thinking in English just now, even if only for a few seconds. That's exactly how the new pathway gets built.
Quick recap of everything we covered today.
Step 1. Label your world in English. Name everyday things. Step 2. Keep the flow going. Narrate what you're doing. Don't freeze. Step 3. Consume English content in English. Switch subtitles or drop them.
Step 4. Build a daily English thinking routine, even just 5 minutes. Step 5. Stop translating idioms. Connect them to feelings instead. Step 6. Think in pictures, not words.
Step 7. Think with questions. Ask yourself simple things in English all day. Step 8. Talk out loud to yourself. Narrate your life like your own show.
And the mindset behind all of it, progress over perfection. The big goal, cut out the middleman, your native language, bit by bit.
Honestly, Daniel, this might be one of my favorite episodes we've made.
Same here. This is genuinely one of those topics that changes everything once it clicks. It doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and the right habits, it absolutely happens.
And you're not alone in this. Every learner goes through the exact same freezing, translating, frustration, and eventually the breakthrough.
It's coming. Keep going. Before we go, tell us in the comments what's the one thing that slows you down when speaking English? Translating, grammar worries, not knowing a word?
Share it with us. Your comments genuinely shape future episodes, and this community is one of the most supportive out there.
If this episode helped, share it with one friend who's learning English. That's honestly the best gift you can give a fellow learner.
From all of us at Fluent Path English, thank you for spending this time with us.
Keep thinking in English, keep going, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.